Hey guys, welcome to Mural Dreams by Laura. Let me show you the setup again I had before. Today I'm going to be drawing and painting some lotus flowers. And so I'm gonna be using these Peerless watercolors that I got from Palettefull this month of May. And I'm gonna be using these water brushes, and I'm gonna be putting them in this palette right there. But first, I'm gonna start with a light sketch, and then if you have just if you only have pencils or pens, you can just grab a pencil, grab a pen, and it'll make for a really nice drawing as well. So sometimes when you have trouble deciding how to approach a drawing or a composition, sometimes I like to divide my paper in thirds, and that's also called the rule of thirds. So what I'm basically doing is just really lightly dividing my horizontals into thirds, so 2 lines, third way. And I do have an eraser here because I do erase. I'm not ashamed to erase, and it's okay. And then I'm gonna divide just roughly. I'm not actually measuring, but I'm eyeballing everything, and just dividing it lightly 3 ways, so then I can know where I'm gonna put the main focus items. And so usually what people would do is put the focus flowers or whatever you do in these junction or along the lines of the three. So what I'm gonna be doing is make a flower over here. I'm just marking where I'm gonna put my flowers to make a nice composition. I'm gonna put a smaller one here, maybe another one like so, here, and I might just toss one in there just for funsies. Above all, these are only guidelines. You can break them, they're not like rules. So then and let's go ahead and draw us some flowers. I'm just gonna get my reference. I do have a reference photo here that I want to take a look at. I'm gonna make lotus flowers of different sizes, and I'm also gonna toss in a leaf over there. We'll start with the petals, and let me just erase some of these guidelines, because once you've drawn something, you don't really need all those extra lines in there. And if you're just starting with drawing and art, this is perfect, because sometimes you need a little bit of support. So the lotus flowers have those, or the seed pod was. Just lightly sketch out the petals. Just keep in mind how they would bend. This is the underneath. And then some you can see the underneath more. imagining how it would it's really nice when you don't show the whole petal all the time. Sometimes you kind of show it from a different perspective, and that gives it a bit more of a realistic look. So you would show more the underneath part, and then how it would bend and like so. Some music in my ears. Like this petal is coming a bit far. I think I wanted to make this a little more squished like that. That's better, because everything really stems from the middle here. So whenever you make your petals, just make sure that they all unite. They all, that's where they all stem. Words. Okay. It's a pretty nice lotus flower. And then can make them right here. And over here, let's make a seed, one of those seed pods. It has all these holes there where the seeds are coming from, I suppose. Lotuses are definitely very beautiful, and in Buddhism it's known to symbolize the purity of speech and body and mind, so it's really a prevalent symbol. I'm gonna make here a leaf. It's gonna be a big leaf. It's nice to draw underneath, behind, because it shows even more depth. Let's imagine, always kind of imagine where the center is, because that's where all of these spoke, the veins is what they are. That's where they all come. And if you don't do this, it's easy to go off track and then it doesn't look real. So use whatever sort of help you can use in order to make your drawing more accurate. And imagine how it bends. And then you can even make these like show the bend of, because these leaves are really ripply. You can bend down like that. We're gonna go and ink it afterwards, so it's gonna have, it's not gonna be exactly very realistic, but it's gonna have a really nice feel to it, more of a Asian feel to it. And let's make here, right on top of that, we can make a bud, more of a budding. So I'm gonna erase. buds are fun too. We have this sort of tear drop shape like that. And then we can have some of these petals starting to unfold in the back and the front. Some of them are smaller because of perspective. And don't worry too much for perfection at this stage, because we can refine it. Making it not exactly symmetrical also adds to that illusion of realness, because nature doesn't give a hoot. Nah, nature has its rules, but sometimes it gracefully breaks them. There, beautiful bud over there. And we can erase the superfluous lines. And we can do that here to keep it clean. Once we have used our guide lines, we no longer need them. I think I'm not just grab a tissue to wipe these away like that, gracefully and grandly. All right. There. Sometimes if you don't like something, just change it. No worries. Should go and make a little. Hope you're enjoying this music. Making the seed, I don't know what this is called. Do you know what this is called? And let's make a really nice one. This isn't quite a bud, but it's really starting to unfold. It's somewhere in the middle stages of this and this. So this, you can actually feel how tight and solid it is. It's really nice and tight. And then this one is loose and unfolded and open in all of its glory. Then let's make one midway. So I wanted to start a little below this one, so I want them to be off, to not be very uniform. I want it a bit lower. So let's just make some guidelines here how I want it to look, setting the boundaries of it. Basic shape. It's really good to have boundaries. It's good to know how far you can go, and then you can go there, and if you want to go less, then it's your choice. But you don't set these lines that you don't know how far you should go. So it's nice. This is almost unfolding here. Even has. Where is this leaf coming from? It come from here. Maybe this is behind the leaf. Let's do that. It gives it some depth. So you can see this one almost ready to just burst open. See how eager it is. Just erasing some of these lines. Also, the major lotus flower symbolism is associated with spiritual awakening or enlightenment, because it is compared to a person's path in life. You know, we start as a seed, and then we emerge through the bud and to a bud through the dirt and the muck, and then emerging from the dirty water. So it represents a person following the path of spirituality and leaving attachment behind. So let's make another smaller bud here. Let's make it facing towards the middle. A smaller bud. There we go. I wonder, should we make maybe a small bud here, or another flower? I feel like, does it need something there? I don't know. No, here, I was gonna do something here. Well, I already put the leaf there, so maybe we can change it a little bit. Can put another bud somewhere. Or another seed pod. Maybe we can put a full-blown open flower here. This would still be halfway right here. Let's do that. I'm gonna leave this open a little bit. Still gonna leave the drawing underneath because it's gonna show through. And let's imagine that the bottom of the flower is here. So that's where all of the leaves are coming from. Attached. I'm using an HB pencil. It's quite dark. as you can see, but it erases easily, so it's all right. Right now it looks a little bit messy, but once I erase what's underneath, it'll look really nice. There, full opened flower. And now when we erase all of these lines, it's gonna look really nice. Hey! Hey Blake, good morning. I'm having my morning coffee. But I don't have a kitty army. Okay. So now we're gonna go in and put in some details with fine liner. Yeah, I think I like it. You know what I would add? I would just add one more leaf, just for good measure. I feel like I could put another leaf right up here, so it's not right along this line. And now we make all those folds, so you can see mostly the underneath of this leaf. And it goes down and ripples. It's a very rebellious leaf. Let's see where the stem is coming from. Maybe it kind of bends like this a little bit. So how's life on planet Blake? How's life been treating you? I hope well. Is it too busy? I don't know. I think it's alright. Okay, so let's grab a fine liner. I'm gonna be using Sigma Micron 001, and probably gonna do something thinner. I think I have a thinner one, 0.5 for the really small lotus details. So let me just start with a PN, which is, I think it's a regular. So I'm just going to just outline. This is my favorite part, where you just trace with your pencil marks. It's really relaxing because you just kind of follow the lines and you don't have to think about composition and much. And really, what we've done so far, if you're doing this, oh, I'm so glad. Life is busy. It's good that it's busy, though, I think. Because if it wasn't busy, then you would want more busyness, maybe. But you know, productivity and all that good stuff. It's good to be able to be busy. I'm sure that one day we'll all get our long deserved vacations. I like these ones, the ones that bend away, the ones that are looking towards you. These are the ones that are making really your drawing and your art so interesting, you know, because if all the flowers would look so flat, and the way you look at them just straight on, it just look kind of flat. But if you add all sorts of views on the leaves and bends, and it just adds variety, and it's nice. So like I was saying before, really the hardest part is over. Drawing it and deciding on the shapes, that is the hardest part. Once you've done that, smooth sailing from now. If you guys are enjoying this music, I'm not really sure what song is playing out loud right now. I'm listening to the same playlist, but I think I started it a little later. But if you're enjoying this music, this is music from Epidemic Sound. And I really love their music, and I use it in all my videos. And if you're also a creator and you're looking for cool music, give them a try. They have so much variety. And I left the link in the description with a it's a referral link, so if you decide to give them a try, I think you get some sort of discount, and then I get some sort of discount, so it all works out. So $15 a month, but I think it's totally worth it. Music is really important for me, and the YouTube library is a bit limited. I've used it for a long time, but not for a long time, because I haven't been doing YouTube forever, but I soon I ran out of music that I liked so much. So if you like music, Epidemic Sound. So I was thinking to make these lotus flowers, different colors. I did a trial the other day to practice a little bit. Made them pink. They came out pretty nice, a bit more vibrant than I wanted, but I'm thinking, since I don't like doing the same thing twice, I was thinking to make these more than just one color. I'll show you the one that I did in just a minute. did it the other day. This. It's a bit more vibrant than I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna do it hopefully a little more muted today. And you know, lotus flowers are pretty easy to draw and paint, and they look so pretty. So I thought, because I've had a request for flowers, and that is the reason why I'm doing this. I'm not a big flower painter, but I do appreciate them. So I thought, you know what? I would love to do flowers, especially these lotus flowers. And underneath they have veins. There's a lot of variety of lotus flowers. Some of them have such beautiful undersides. They are so huge. Just imagining where it goes. Okay, I think I'm supposed to do that. It's starting to come along. And sometimes I don't follow the sketch that I made. So I feel like maybe I could make it better in pen. So just ignore it. There we go. So these Pigma Micron pens, they are waterproof, and that's why I'm able to do watercolor afterwards. There are a lot of other kind of liner pens that are not waterproof, so don't do watercolors with one of those because it's gonna smudge and bleed. You don't want that, especially if you really like what you've done on your paper, your drawing. And this would make a really nice card to give somebody, or an artwork for somebody, or for yourself. You can frame it and hang it in your room. It's something that you can do really quite fast and can be very gratifying. Starting to come along. I might even add some more buds, or like a seed pod or something. I feel like maybe over here it's a little bare. Maybe I can do another one coming just about over there. I think I'm gonna do that. And that's the beauty of being able to change your mind. So another seed pod. Let's do another seed pod, like right over here along this line. Okay. Since you're looking at them sideways, then make sure that you make them oval, because you're not looking straight on, so all these shapes are slightly ovaled. I think that's gonna balance it out a little more with a little more green over here, so it's kind of balances, I think. So that's although when you draw with the pencil, we kind of fumble along and do all those shadowed lines, like when we do the pen strokes, they're really deliberate and sure and complete. I guess much more mindful than pencil stroke. And sometimes, you know, if you're like me and a lot of other artists that are kind of rushing sometimes through a project and want to see it looking nice, you know, fast, then can. What was I gonna say? Like when you're doing your sketch in pencil, sometimes you're rushing it, and I'm just erasing my pencil marks. And then we're gonna be making some more details with a pen. I have misplaced my kneaded eraser, so gotta make all of this a mess. See, it looks so nice and clean now. All right, so so now I'm gonna grab my 0.5 pen and I'm gonna start making some. This is really thin. I'm gonna start making some very thin lines, some details on my lotuses. It's just gonna add some more interest. Making sure we don't lose that edge. More on the edges where they're a little more close together. When the petal is folding away and there are more these lines condensed together. Okay. Oh, see, this should have gone that way. It's all right. Also kind of gives them a sense of direction. Make more here. Imagine that this petal is folding towards you and you have more lines. Like maybe here. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me. Imagine this is folding away. And if you only do this, this can also look really nice. If you're just doing it in pen and ink. If you add some more these details, it can look really nice. Just imagine how these texture would be. For example, this one would maybe bend away, then you make more lines over there. And this one is going like this. And then over here you see it. See how you can add that sort of sense of bending? By just adding another line. All right. Now this one is another opportunity for that sort of exploratory. There we go. Also, it adds a bit of shading. Do you see that? How it adds a bit of shading? depth. Right here. Could use some more of that. And okay. Just keep on going with the details and it'll start looking really nicely. So look more like illustration. You like that sort of thing? I'm adding more lines on the edges to make them look like they're folding away or inward. Either way, it could be either way. And I'm gonna leave the leaf like it is. Let's do this one now. Oh, this one has such beautiful and juicy leaves. I mean, petals. I'm gonna do that thing over here, making the lines really close together. This is folding away. There, see? I don't want all of them to be overwhelmed with these lines, because otherwise you wouldn't have the same. Hey, Tico, hi, welcome. Happy to see you here. What you up to? In Amsterdam. How's the weather? Here in PA is quite a nice sunny day. It's about I don't know how many degrees. It's pretty warm. It's like t-shirt weather. However, there's so much pollen in the air that, you know, I've never had Hey, Clara. Oh, so good to see you there. Hey, Louis. Oh my goodness. You guys are so sweet. Good to see you all here. I've never had such a big following audience on my live streams. It's refreshing. Anyway, but I was saying, oh my god, there's so much pollen. And I don't know if it's the fluorescent lights or what it is, but my nose is running, my eyes are tearing. It might be the pollen or the lights, I'm not sure. It happens a lot when I draw on a white paper. I've noticed lately, especially with the micron pens. I think it's because I focus so much. Aw, wow. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it gets warm. Well, the summer's coming, you know, so sometimes I wear a jacket to hide myself from the sun because it's so hot. When I was painting the mural last week, I was wearing a really light jacket the whole time because the sun, I get burned really easily, and it was outside, so at least I didn't get sunburned again. All right, so I think we're at a good place now. Let's just make I'm not sure, hang on, I have my reference photo here. I know that some of the stems have spikes. Well, this reference photo doesn't. The one that I did before did. Thank you, Clara. I usually don't have the patience either, but you know, doing a live stream really forces you, and doing it in front of people really forces you to be more mindful. And see, the one that I did for myself, let me just show you here. The one that I did for myself, I didn't do the lines first, and the ones on the Lotus, they were kind of messy. And then I did the lines with the Stabilo pen, which was the it's a watercolor pen. And then I gave it another wash, so it kind of faded away. It was so bright. I didn't really like the way that one came out. I hope this one will come out a little more softly. Just making the hairs. I feel like the more details you put in makes it even more interesting. And texture. See, it already looks nice. I'm doing this with a Micron 005, so it's really thin. I'm also very new at lines. Yeah, right. Not new at lines. I'm reading, and my two brains don't function the same. Two brain halves. I'm new to Micron pens, but I really like them because they're so clean. And if there's something that I want to really improve in my art, is being more mindful and doing it more cleanly. I feel like sometimes I just rush it and don't even pay attention to what I'm doing sometimes because I'm not mindful. So, and I do want to do things that are meaningful as well, not just for technique, you know? But I think that in order to get better at technique and better at the meaningful things, like the projects that you want to undertake, it's really important to practice technique. And you know, I gotta be working on a portrait, which I'm reading your comment, Clara. Mixing the contrast in color. I don't know. I am going to do a really light wash. So, and doing for the white, I'm just using the transparency. So hopefully it'll come out. These paper watercolors that I got from a palette full, the Peerless watercolors, they're so transparent. They're really so transparent and lovely, and they're really strong actually. And when I did my first illustrations and I used them, I put them in this pretty water bowl. It's actually a sugar bowl, I think, but I turned it into a water bowl, and the whole water was so crystalline and clear and beautiful. Just clear, crystal clear. Although, I mean, not clear, transparent, colorful, but not muddy, you know, like you would get from acrylics and such. And then I got some watercolors in tubes from Scrawler Box this month, and there was a white there, and they muddied the water. It was so interesting to see. So today I'm using the Peerless watercolors. I'm almost done with these, but I like the fuzziness of it, the look. Doing it underneath here too. Let me drink some tea. I don't know if you guys drink tea, or if you drink, my favorite tea is the yogi tea. It's the sweet tangerine, positive energy, and I love reading the yogi wisdom. And today's yogi wisdom is really good, actually. It's sometimes a perfect blessing will arrive in the disguise of a mischievous intruder. That's funny. The one that was before was really good too. I don't remember it, but it was really good. I forgot to do another branching. Have you ever seen the underneath of a lotus? It's a specific kind of lotus. Royal, I don't know what it's called. Some sort of special lotus. The big, huge leaves, and they are really strong, really sturdy, and they are beautiful. So I'm just gonna show you the colors that I'm gonna be using. I said I'm gonna be using some different colors. I'm gonna be using the heliotrope, the garnet, and the cobalt blue. So it's gonna be not really a rainbow, but you know, a relative. And then I'm gonna do these yellow parts with the daffodil yellow. Yeah, I love tea too, Clara. I love tea and coffee. I love them all. And then for the green, I'm gonna do the hunter's green. And I might, for the underneath part, use the olive green too. So I'm just gonna grab these and put them on my palette so that I have a transparent wash of them so that you can see how they're gonna look. These are pretty cool. I really like the garnet and heliotrope. And look at this heliotrope. It's pretty cool patterns. They form some nice patterns. You don't do Lipton anymore. Your favorite tea is Pyramid. Yeah, I like the biologic. I like the organic teas too, Tico. I've been, for a long time, I've just been buying loose leaves and making my own blends. I would get mint and loose green tea and rose hips and whatever the other one was. What was it? Hibiscus. That's good for a lot of. Just gonna put a light wash here of this purple. These are pretty cool paintbrush that I received from this month's scroller box. I know most of you are in Europe, so scroller box, if you want to give you know, the box a try. Oh, Clara, you're from the States, right? I thought you're from the States. I get confused. I know Tico is from Amsterdam. And Lois, you're from North Carolina. Alright, then a light wash of this garnet here. I'm not gonna need a lot of color for these, because these go a long way. So just do the blue, cobalt blue. And cobalt blue over here. And I love Sketchbox too. Actually, Clara, they're doing a sale, a Memorial Day sale. Probably you got the email. They're doing a Memorial Day sale for Sketchbox and for the past boxes. And I was taking a look. I think it's 20% off. I was taking a look to see what they have, and the December 19 box is the one with the Japanese themed. They have the sumie themed, so it's a ink stick and the Suzuri stone and some more red ink. I don't know, I really like that, so I ordered myself that. I was just pondering, should I, and I closed the checkout page so many times before I went back to that. Fine, oh no. Atlanta, Georgia, cool. Yeah, I finally caved in and got myself the December 19 box. Really looking forward. I want to do more Japanese style and sumie style paintings. I'm really falling in love with the mountain green. Mountain green was a nice green, but I don't want to. No, let's do mountain green too. We have another space. Yeah, I like art supplies. Although I do have a sumie. I do have sumie sticks and and stone, but I don't know. I just wanted to have a new set, I suppose. There's nothing wrong with wanting new art supplies, is there? Okay, and then... Oh, yeah, it was in October, yes. Oh, share them on or just go on Instagram and check them out. The image that they showed, the two pictures, were really cool too. I really love this olive green. It's so pretty. Okay, well, we have a nice variety of watercolors here. So I'm gonna start painting. Alright, thank you, Tico. You're very sweet. Have a grand day and have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for stopping by. That's very sweet of you. Hey guys, check out Tico's channel. He takes bike rides in Amsterdam, and it's really fun. If you want to learn about Amsterdam or what to do when you go there, check out his channel. Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh, you know, the one that I really wish that I had gotten, and I waited too long, and then it got sold within so fast. It got sold really fast. It was the scroller box. It was a scroller box from, I don't know when it was, but it had a black notebook, and I think they were Derwent. I'm not very familiar with Derwents, but they had the metallic pencils on black, and it was... I'm really sorry that I didn't get it, and they still don't have it. No, I'm just making the top of the leaf with one color, and then I might just go and dip into the actual paint. This is the Hunter's Green that I'm using here. I'm just gonna get some fresh color to put in here. I feel like maybe it's too bright. Yeah, I like that. My gosh, watercolors are so different from acrylics. Alright, so I'm gonna do this one too. I'll do it the same. However, if you've messed up, yeah, me too. And again, they have the scroller boxes. I just got the message the other day, hey, want to get our past boxes? And I want to see, oh, did they replenish their stock? And no, it's still out of stock. That's all right. I'm just hoping that I'll get something like that in my future Paletful or whatever I get. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Paletful at the moment, so those are the ones that are coming monthly. And then if I see something fun, then I might just go for it from the other boxes, but I honestly can't keep up. I cannot keep up with more than one box a month. I got this scroller box and I still haven't put out a video. Sometimes I have a hard time deciding on what to do and exactly, because they give you a prompt, and this month's prompt was birds of a feather, so I'm also not much of a bird person. But I do like birds. I do like listening to them in the morning. I just don't paint them or anything. So I didn't know what to do. Birds of a feather. So eventually I got a really good idea. I just haven't gotten to edit it and publish it yet. And the Paletful box is gonna come soon. So because this is, I'm imagining this leaf is kind of in a shadow from this flower and either from this and this, it's kind of darker right here under where the shadow would fall from the flowers. So interesting that you can get watercolor from one side of the paper and put it on the other side of the paper. And it's just so workable. I just can't get over that. It can work for so much longer than you can with acrylics. Acrylics is like a race against time. If you don't blend it immediately, once it's dry, it's dry. I'll darken it here because the flower is gonna be bright and it's nice to have a bright flower on a darker background. I like dark backgrounds. I like dark backgrounds. Black backgrounds. Pretty much how I start most of my paintings. But I haven't found any black watercolor yet. Do you guys know black watercolor? Black watercolor and metallic watercolors. I think actually Arteza makes something like that. Might be. That wouldn't it be hysterical if this month's Paletful was Sumie, the Japanese style? There we go. Yeah, I like that leaf. Alright, so now let's make the underside of this leaf. Oh no, my water It's water cycle. I hope it's not too loud. It's gonna be obnoxious. It's gonna last for a while too. Dark grayish blues. Nice. I'll have to try that. Now for the longest time I haven't been drawn to blues. Like blues were really not my cup of tea. But now, recently, I've been starting to really love blues. Been enjoying a more broader and broader range of blues. Put it that way. Let me get some of this. Oh, bleeding. Okay, we can go once it's a little drier. We can go and look at this beautiful color. Isn't that lovely? And the container really complements it very nicely. So I'm gonna get some of the same olive green. I'm gonna make the stems. Really light. Then maybe once we go down, we make it a little darker. Oh, I remember to breathe. I forget to breathe sometimes. Make it a little darker right here under the flower where there is more shadow. And what I like about watercolors too is that it's so easy to make a finished painting in one sitting, which I usually don't do that with acrylics. With acrylics, it's like an ongoing process of. It takes me a long time to paint It depends on the acrylic painting, but if I do a large one, it's a lot of layers and a lot of days spent on one. It's so interesting. It's the same color, but it's starting to change into a cooler color. Do you see that? It's very interesting. Let's do these pots with a hunter green. Yeah, we can do that. However, you do have to be careful not to go too close to a wet area because it'll bleed. So I'm learning. My preferred medium. I'm starting to really love watercolors. I've been working with acrylics my whole entire life. No, my whole entire life is an exaggeration because I've only started painting a couple of how many? 2014, about 8 years. I started by painting murals in my house, so right now I'm just adding a little bit of shading underneath, but and I'm using a clean brush to blend. But so I started painting murals in my house with like latex paints, which is pretty much acrylics. They behave as acrylics. So then when I was done painting my house, some people, you know, they really liked it. They said, oh, you should do this for a living. So then I started painting other people's houses and stuff like that, and that's pretty much my job right now, is, and my main source of income is commission artwork like murals. So I've been working with acrylics for a long time. Then I started painting acrylic painting on canvas. So, and now since I've started with these subscription boxes, which is only in March. In March is when I started trying them out. So I tried Art Snacks, was my first one. I got some, that was my first pretty much encounter with ink and watercolors and that sort of thing, and I'm really liking it. I'm starting to understand that it's thanks, Louis. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. So I'm starting to experiment with other things and knowing that I can do other things and I don't have to stay married to one single medium just because that's the one that I've used it. So I'm still experimenting, and I like acrylic because it's familiar and I know how to use it, but that's not to say that I don't have my struggles with it. So I've been doing more watercolors in the past couple of weeks, and I'm thinking, wow, I really love watercolors, but now I'm kind of feeling a niche to do another acrylic painting. So I love them both. I love also watercolors. I'm looking really forward to experiment more with the Japanese style of painting, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. I love the aesthetic and the idea of going easy, because the acrylics, like acrylics and oils they just feel like a more serious, for me, they feel like more serious, more heavy, a more, I don't know, not as playful as acrylic is, maybe, well, not as playful as watercolor. Although I have seen a lot of realistic and gorgeous and superb work in watercolors that looks really realistic. But the most realistic artwork, I think you see it in, I mean, I don't know. You can, maybe I'm not right, but so that's that. Oils, I haven't really tried oils. I think once I tried to make some leaves in oils, but that was my beginning and end of oil experiments. I think that I would like to try oils, just because I hear they're much easier than acrylics, and you know, I might love oils a lot more. So I don't know. So let's start with the flowers. Yay! Do the pink, purple, blue? Pink, purple, blue? Or should we make the open ones pinkish and the ones that are closed, a little bluish? Let's do that. So let's go into this garnet, and gonna start with the outside of the leaves, the petals, because that's where the most color is. And just like I would with an yeah, I love experimenting, Clara. It's nice. And so now just grabbing my clean brush and blending. You know, when I do my acrylic painting too, I like to use two brushes, and then the other clean brush really helps me. Oh, Lewis, I don't know about my big brain. I have to gain the confidence that I have one first. Yes, I do. I like that. I like that idea, looking down on people. Clara, Lewis is my very funny friend. He's also an amazing artist. If you're trying to learn oils and you know, the technical way of drawing and sketching, Lewis is a expert teacher, and he'll also crack you up because it's hilarious. I didn't get the chance to watch your short this morning, Lewis. I'm gonna watch it right after this. Had a interesting morning. You know, I also like the minimalism of watercolors. They're so minimalistic. You don't really need much. Oh, Louis, you don't know how hard I've worked to get here. You know, I used to be a very angry person. Like, you don't know, like anger management. Yeah, Goose Fraba was every day of my life. You can't bring me back. You just can't. It will. Oh. Good, Clara. I'm sure that one of these days I'll get oils in my boxes sooner than I want. Sooner than later. I also have a napkin here that I'm wiping this clean brush on to make that gradient. I'm liking the soft and airy look of this. See, I'm only getting the very transparent paint, and even that has a lot of pigment. Oh, the corn. It sucked. Oh, your short sucked? Oh. What do you mean it sucked? It takes my shorts like 2 or 3 days to get traction. Although my latest short is like I put it out on Monday and it still didn't it's a lost cause. And then my other short that I put out on Wednesday, I don't know yet. It might go today, it might go, you know, catch. But I'm experimenting with not putting tags and description in this one. And this one, the one with the dragon, I didn't put any tags and description afterwards. You know, because when you post them from your directly from your phone, because now I have that ability to post it from my phone, and that's why it's not edited, it's not nothing. I just film a video that is less than a minute and then I upload it right from my phone. So it doesn't give me the option to to add anything like tags, description, anything. So then for the first 2 that I've uploaded from my phone, then I went to the computer and I added all that stuff. But for this one I didn't, so I want to see how, you know, for the ones that are, well, you see the back of this, I'm gonna put more pigment on the back of that. I want the backs to be brighter, darker than the fronts. That's a lot of pigment though, probably put too much. Headbutting people, I don't know about that. Might give me a headache. Besides, I want to touch people. Just kidding. Right. Oh yes, standards. Standards are good. You know, if you think it's not good, it's probably not good. I'm not even gonna watch it then. Just kidding, I will watch it. So how's your workout this morning, Lewis? Did you have a good workout? They are peasants, I know. That's why I don't want to headbutt them. It would involve, you know, contact. Sometimes I don't want to make contact. Only the E5 kind of contact, if you know what I mean. It's really starting to look nice. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. Too late. You know, you can take it down if you're really displeased with it. I don't know if I've ever taken down I've taken down videos, yeah. Not taking them down, just make them, I think. No, I've deleted some. You know when you go live and then it asks you want to edit some things out, and then it asks you to save it like that or save it as a new stream. It's a pain in the butt because I don't want to save it as a new stream because I already have the other stream up. Why can't they just edit that one? You know? And then I have two videos. I don't understand why they do it like that. Oh, your shoulder. Yeah. What happened? You were flexing too hard with like 3 girls on your weight, your barbell. I saw that. That was very realistic. Was what happened. Okay, and now all we have is the underneath of them. So I'm gonna grab some pure paint and paint the underneaths. Oh, that is very dark. But I can grab some more paint from there. Bleeding. Bench pressing, right. And you gotta watch out for those women. You know, that's maybe not the best way to exercise with women, Lewis. There we go. Yeah, stop. Yeah, first one came out pretty nice. This one looks much better than the one that I did by myself, because when I'm by myself, I don't really have the patience to do all this. I like the flower color effect too. Yeah, it's nice. Oh. I don't know, I got some platters over there. So we did the garnet, and let's do women. I know, they can be abusive. You tell them. So let's do this one. Let's do this one. Yeah, it's dry. With maybe we do a mix of the heliotrope and garnet. It's kind of like a mix. More heliotrope, more purple. Sometimes this brush dispenses way much more water than I want it to. Hey, Eddie! Hello! So fancy to see you here. Oh my goodness. You guys are making my day right now. You can just talk amongst yourselves. Oh, cool. So Quelder, I'm painting some lotus flowers in watercolors. I think I need more of this paint. Look how cool that is. I need more pigment. There is too much watered down. Brush pens! Yay! Like I was saying to Clara, we were talking, I'm subscribed to these, well, only to one art subscription box, and they send me all sorts of art supplies that I like experimenting with, so that I I learn more things, because you know what happens? Uh, what happened with my mural job and all of these is that it really started to feel like a job and like an obligation. And sometimes art can really feel like you're not doing it for fun anymore. And I'm really getting back into the play and the fun of art and the having fun and the exploration phase rather than the having to get a project done or learning for a particular purpose. So, because I didn't go to school and all that, so my my learning experience was painting my own walls in my house. So now, for me, with all these art subscription boxes, it really feels like art school, like uninstructed art school. That's funny. You guys are funny. So yeah, that's my life store. Yeah, oh, thumbnails. And my friend was teaching me because she's an art teacher. Isn't that lucky for me? So my friend was teaching me how to do thumbnails to just get the quick gist of the composition of a thing without having to get too involved in a full illustration. It's really yeah. So which ones do you do? Which subscription boxes do you do, Clara? You do Sketchbox, and do you do another one? Yeah, it's really getting the idea of what to do. And also another big thing that I love about the art subscription boxes is the prompts. I'm just going and lightening the middle, the stem, or that part closer to the middle. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the prompts. They tell me something to do, something that I wouldn't do, and that really gets me, exploring other things. So these are darker. Model. Can't type, but I'll have stream on. All right. Okay, Louis. That's all right. We forgive you. Only because of the size of your brain. I'll forgive you. We're hoping your proximity will rub off on all of us. I'm loving the prompts and having to brainstorm, and when you get prompts, you also learn a lot of things about those things too. Like I'm also doing I'm reading your comment, Clara. Sketchbox. You've tried Art Snacks, Dress Color Box, Palette Full. They don't have an online presence. You know, but so I started in March was my first box with Art Snacks. That was my first one. And then I immediately unsubscribed. You know, because their options are a small box for 25, which is honestly kind of lame. And then they have a premium-ish box for 50. I mean, it's 50 with shipping, and that's just too much. I'm like, you could keep it under 40, you know? It's just me. So then I unsubscribed for that, and I tried Sketchbox. And the first Sketchbox was awesome, and then I tried also Palettefull, which I really loved. I really darkened this too much. I'm gonna lift some of this paint off. So I really like Palettefull. So I was really torn between Palettefull and Sketchbox. And then the next Sketchbox, you know, I had a problem with shipping and their customer service was crap, so I unsubscribed. But then I got another Sketchbox because I didn't unsubscribe in time, and the other one was already ordered. So then, you know, but I still ordered a box from Sketchbox from December 19, just because, you know, I don't really care to necessarily, I don't need it immediately, you know, and hopefully I don't have any problems with that. But I never thought of trying to be featured, but I guess that would be a good way to get exposure. It's really good. Good job, Clara. You're very inspiring. So let's do this one. Do this one. Another just purple, just heliotrope. Should we just do that, or should we mix it with some blue? Let's try it with just purple. And then we'll do these two blue. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, I like, even though Palettefull doesn't have a huge online presence, they've come on time every single time, and I've never really been disappointed. I always kind of liked what I got. So the Palettefull is the one that I am sticking with right now, and I know there are others. And Scrawler Box, why I'm not doing Scrawler Box? Well, it's pretty far away, and now I'm learning that their shipments, the way they ship their boxes, is just a little later in the month, and that's how they do it, you know. And I do like Scrawler Box actually a lot too, because the box is, I think, $27 with shipping, and it's pretty decent. Shipping on time is really, yeah, I know. You know, and sometimes, like, Sketchbox didn't, I don't think they had any control in the way their box was kept in Philadelphia for 2 weeks, but at least they could have sent me, you know, an email saying that they're looking into it, but they didn't, so that's why I left them. But And Palettefull has always been very prompt. They arrive. The first time it arrived on the 3rd of the month, and last month it actually arrived. I think it was the 1st or even before the 1st. Really nice and fast. And Scroller Box, they ship their month's box. They ship it, I mean, it's British time. I think on the 17th of the month, they send you that month's box, I think. So when you get it at the end of the month, you'll make, it's like next month. Anyway, maybe time is like an abstract concept for them and they don't really care. But the reason I like Scroller Box is that they give you they have this little magazine. This month, let me show you real quick. They send you a magazine each month. It's like a little, this is the April one. This is the one that I'm still working on getting out. And it's almost the end of May. And they send you the contents, and then there's a featured artist, and usually the artist is like a very established artist. But then scroller tips, things to how to use your supplies, and then they have the scroller gallery, and here is you have a lot of artists Instagram, and you can see the previous month, actually the February. They show you all other people's artwork, and then also a little something about the theme. So this month's theme was birds of a feather, so you were prompted to do birds. So then it tells you a whole bunch of things. I think I'm gonna read this for my video because it's kind of late anyway, and I don't have the energy to put in a whole lot of scripting. But I like that. It makes me feel like I'm in college or high school again with the magazines. But I don't think I can do 2 boxes a month. It's a bit much. I'm like always running to get it out, Yeah. Nice, Clara. Yeah, give Scroller Box a try. They come late, but I think it's really worth it. And again, what happened also with Palettefull. Yeah. I have a few subscription boxes, not just art. I have some other things that I like to get, so getting a bit much each month. I have the Mindful Souls, completely not art related, but it's something that I like to do for myself. They have some nice jewelry, and it's all gemstones. It's based on gemstones and self-care, so I like that. Get a lot of those gems and gem jewelry and incense and essential oils, and but anyway, Palettefull used to be $35 a month with free shipping when I started in March, and this month they sent the email saying that they have to start charging shipping, which is $5. So I'm still okay with that. Sketchbox is $40 for me because it's like 35 plus 5 in shipping, and it was more than Palettefull. But and now I'm like, well, Palettefull doesn't even charge shipping. Hello. But now they do. I still love them. I still am sticking with them, even though they charge shipping. It's totally worth it, I think. I love getting stuff in the mail. Yeah. Oh, it's the age of getting stuff in the mail, man. I'm like home all day almost, and at least it gets me out and walking my dog to the mailbox. Like the exercise that I get. Kind of like a couch potato lately. It's sad. I used to be so active. I think... let me know when the music stops, because I've been... What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I think we're gonna run out of music soon. Gotta go and start it again. I'm also subscribed to this food subscription box. It's called Misfits. And it was supposed to arrive yesterday, and I really rely on them for vegetables and stuff. And I was waiting for it yesterday all day, and I ran out of vegetables, and I'm like, what the heck? Where is my box? And then late at night I looked, and I got a message, not the message, I got tracking. I want to track it, and they said your box was damaged. Contact your seller. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go out and get vegetables. You know, we're very comfortable. Who can bother me to go out and get vegetables? All right, well, that is definitely a little darker than the other one, and let's do the blue ones. Let me go and restart the music. I'll be back in just a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I really love this song. Gotta restart the music on my thing too. Alright, so now let's do the blues, and then we're almost done. So let's do this one first. Oh, I had a little bit of the other paint on here. Well, that's nice. A little unexpected. Well, I like that. Don't you just love it when things just happen for you like that? I wasn't planning on doing a blue to purple, but I like that. Maybe just a hint of purple here. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely using two brushes. I like that a lot. Yeah, me too. I wasn't planning on it, but I had some purple on this brush from before. I'm just gonna put it intentionally. It's very faint. It's very subtle. Maybe I'll just grab a little bit, just a little bit more. You know, I wasn't planning on a background, but But I was pondering it. I'm like, well, what should I do for the background? Maybe like give me some ideas. I'm open to ideas. Maybe like a yellowish orange sun. I don't know. Like a yellowish orange sky. I don't know. I'm open to ideas. I guess that's what would make it a finished piece of art, right? The background. What would you do with the background, Clara? Or are you doing it along? Let me get some real blue here, since the backs, maybe they're a little darker. Well, they were all black. Water, yeah, maybe blue. That would be lovely, but I don't know if I have that option. I'll give it a try. I'll definitely try. I'm actually pleasantly surprised about these brushes. I thought they would fray faster, but they're pretty nice. Also, watercolors, I've noticed, they take a much smaller toll on a brush than acrylics do. The acrylics are really hard on a brush. My brushes don't last very long with adding some more of that purple. Yeah, that's nice. Use the blue from Sketchbox. Daniel Smith stick? I don't have that. Oh. No, you don't mean this. No, this is the Hudson Bay Blue. It's a metallic. What do you think on a metallic? I don't know. I don't have that, the Daniel Smith stick. And that's that for this one. And I noticed I missed one of them there. Missed this. All right. Let's finish this last one and then we'll decide on do this just blue. Maybe like a little darker blue. or a light blue. All right. Cool. Let's see. Oh, let's do the yellow parts. I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna do this part here. You know, one thing, maybe I'm gonna try this thing to add a little bit of warmth. Make sure that it's clean. Add a little bit of warmth to the petals with this yellow. I wanna make it a little more transparent. I think that's too much pigment. Works, it works. And that works. There we go. Bit more warmth here. Not to overwork it. And just a little bit more here, and I think that should be good enough. I just want a little hint. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Okay, and this thing. I think I'm gonna. You said a navy blue. Let me see if I have a navy blue. Or maybe we just make like a blue purple wash. How would that work? With the same kind of colors, like this. I think I'm gonna make the cobalt blue wash and maybe a pink wash, and then it'll blend. It'll be really nice and light. Maybe we'll just do that because this is already kind of dark. Maybe we'll make light around here and a little darker around where the lightest parts are. So I don't have a big. I think a smaller brush will be best. Let's dip in some pink. Some that heliotrope. I don't know how do you make your watercolor washes, like a background? Do you get the whole paper wet and then And then just let it bleed, or if I take some blue here and let it bleed, that's pretty cool. We'll see if I do a wash, then it won't really blend very well. Right here. Not very blendable. Backgrounds are nice. Eruda art. No, I have not seen. I'll have to go and check it out. What kind of art is it? Ready? Korean watercolor. Ooh, I'll have to take a look. I know there's I do follow a guy who paints some amazing watercolor, very realistic watercolor paintings. Oh, thank you, Clara. How do you like it? See, no white in this painting. It's all transparent. Do they make paper that is thicker than 300 GSM? This is watercolor paper and it's 300 GSM. It's the what's it called, Canson brand, and it's still buckles. It still is getting all bent. So I'm wondering if they make some watercolor paper that does not bend from the water application. Oh, thank you, Clara. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see some lotuses from you very soon on Instagram. And Clara Quelder 27 is also cotton paper. I've never tried cotton paper. I was just saying, all of you here are on Instagram, so you can change your Instagram IDs in the chat if you wanna follow each other and see each other's artwork. I think it's really nice to see other people's journeys. Cotton paper, I'll give that a try. Cotton paper is the one that I got for my Zentangles. Only it's probably not thick enough. Clara is, yeah, she'll tell you. It's, I think Lara K. And also check out Louis Guidetti. It's at Louis Guidetti, I'm pretty sure. I gotta say, you guys really made my day for showing up here and chatting with me. It really makes me happy, and I'm glad that you're meeting each other and, you know, creating community. Makes me very happy. Usually I'm here and hanging out, but it's nice to have company. And I'm glad you're enjoying this too. Maybe gets inspired to do something like this or something different. So to put it into perspective, that first Lotus image that I did, I painted it in like, I don't know, 20 minutes. It was so fast. And yeah, Clara's work is really good. She's doing some amazing watercolor stuff. And then let me show you. Then I'm like, oh well, this is gonna be so fast. I'm just gonna do the lotuses and that's that. And then I said, well, maybe I'll just do another thing of painting. So I did some cherry blossoms, but I'm glad that I spent the time to make this properly. This is looking much better than my other two things that I've done. Let me get some more blue here. Oh, glad you're enjoying it. I do like super chill. I like to chill. It's funny that Louis should mention, you know, my violent nature. How does he know? This is how I combat my violent tendencies. By calming down and making other people calm down. Ooh, I love it when these blues and the purples mix. Oh, here. Maybe I should make something darker around the lighter flower. Oops. Black bean CMS. Oh, I'll have to check that one out. Black bean, he sounds familiar. Really does sound familiar. Oh wait, I don't know. Is he a YouTuber too? Does he make funny YouTube videos? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Let's see, should we maybe darken it around here a little bit, since that flower is so light? We can give it a little more contrast in the background. And yeah, some more blue. Okay. I think I watched when I got my oil pastel sketch box, and I think I watched his video about how to do oil pastels, and he did an eye, and then I watched his other one from a year later. Oh, he did his other eye. He's funny. Let's get some more of that. Where is it? Heliotrope. Oh, I should have done that around this. Blend it. I like it when they blend. Pastels. Did you get oil pastels or chalk pastels? And I love Blicks. I really do. The Blicks that is near me is not very near me. It's like an hour away, so I don't go there very often. But I order things because it's much easier to order them. Although when you're there in the store, you know, I get many other things that I don't actually need. Well, need is a very subjective word. Did I even paint this petal here? There we go. I think I'm almost kind of what's happening here. Oil pastels. Cool. Color palette challenge. Okay. I'll see if I have the guts. If I have the guts and the time and the energy to do it. Something happened with my stream. Hang on. Well, it looks like I'm all caught up with messages and comments and stuff, so I think I'll leave it here. And guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll do this again next Friday, and I'll do something else, but thank you so much and have a lovely weekend and trust the flow, and I'll see you all on IG. Okay. Bye, Clara. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Lewis, if you're still around, and bye anybody who's quiet and still watching. All right, love you all. Bye bye.